الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا مباركا طيبا فيه. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم. قال الله تعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وقال تعالى: يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. وقال تعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: عليكم بسنتي وسنة الخلفاء الراشدين المهديين، تمسكوا بها وعضوا عليها بالنواضع، وإياكم ومحدثات الأمور، فإن كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد، فأيها المسلمون، قال الله تعالى: وليعفوا وليصفحوا ألا تحبون أن يغفر الله لكم. وقال تعالى: إنما المؤمنون إخوة فأصلحوا بين أخويكم واتقوا الله لعلكم ترحمون. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: ارحموا ترحموا واغفروا يغفر الله لكم، أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام: رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم ثبتنا عند الموت بلا إله إلا الله. اللهم اجعلنا من الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. آمين يا رب العالمين. First and foremost, I would like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has given us the opportunity to gather in His masjid to listen to this khutbah. For that we all say alhamdulillah. As we all know, next week on Thursday or Wednesday we'll have our first Taraweeh, thus beginning the month of Ramadan. And no matter what background we have religiously, no matter how many times a day we pray right now, and no matter how many times we don't pray, each one of us is aiming for one thing, and that is the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the month of Ramadan. And today I would like to talk about something that it is required for you to gain the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is forgiveness within yourself. Forgiveness within yourself. Forgiveness, to have that quality within yourself when you are able to forgive others. It does not come from someone who is not humbled by the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only the person who has fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is able to forgive others. When we hear the ayah of the Quran, the verses of the Quran that talk about the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we often have this feeling or this mindset that these verses of punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not apply to us. It applies to who? The disbelievers, Tom, Henry, and Jack. But because my name is Abdullah, Muhsin, and Hassan, and Hussein, those verses of punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not apply to me. Wallahi, brothers and sisters, this is a sign of weak iman. This is a sign that you do not have taqwa within yourself, the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But when we hear ayah like وَرَحْمَتِي وَسِعَتْ وَسِعَتْ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. When you hear the ayah, Wallahu Ghafur Rahim, these ayah, we think that it's for us. Regardless of what we do, regardless of how we are making our income, regardless of the words we say throughout the day when we get angry, regardless of the sins that we do behind closed doors, we think ayah like Wallahu Ghafur Rahim, and then Wa Rahmati Wasi'at Kulla Shay', Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, we think those ayah are only for us. But the ayah that talks about Jahannam, the ayah that talks about the punishments of the grave, the ayah that talks about the punishment on the Day of Judgment, we think those ayats are not for us. And that is when you know that you need to increase your fear in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, the reason why I mentioned this is we need to bring that fear within ourselves for us to crave the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I have read an ayah from Surah Nur, وَلْيَعْفُوا وَلْيَصْفَحُوا أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَنْ يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Forgive each other. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, He answers, if someone asks, why should I forgive? He did this and this. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَنْ يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Don't you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive you? And subhanallah, we can come up with so many excuses, so many, that he did this and this and this. When you are put in a position to forgive your Muslim brother and sister, that's the time where you show Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, Ya Allah, for your sake, I am able to forgive, so you should forgive me as well. But at that moment, if you hold arrogance in your heart, if you're ignorant, if you think you are someone who should get back to them for whatever they did to you, you don't believe in the justice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says that if you do not forgive, then do not expect the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if you do forgive, إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَ الصَّابِرِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with those that are patient. Month of Ramadan is coming. All of us is expecting the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even the one that didn't pray all year long, just like how he is expecting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive him in this month, the one who prays Fajr to Isha every single day in the masjid, he is also asking for forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No human being is above mistake. No human being is above mistake. It does not matter if you have the highest level of Iman, or if you're fasting every other day and you're praying 8 rakah, 10 rakah, 20 rakah tahajjud every single day. The only person above mistakes is only Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Other than that, all of us needs the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, man and woman alike. So whenever we hear the ayah, the verses of the Quran that talks about hellfire, talks about punishment, we have to realize that if we don't feel fear within ourselves, that is a very big problem. For example, when we hear about how He punished the people of Bani Israel, we hear about how He punished the people of Qawm Hud, Ad. We hear about how He punished the people of Sayyidina Salih alayhi salatu wasalam. Do you think the Quran is for them? That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to them? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to you and me. And why is He mentioning the people of Lut and Ad and the people of the Thamud? So we can stay away from their mistakes. these punishments, it can happen to us as well. That's why, no matter how many times you think you pray, no matter how many good deeds you think you do, no matter how pious you think you are, always look for the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we look at forgiving others, and I'm talking about as the community that most of us come from back home, where we come from the Middle East, Northern Africa, or Southern Asia, the Indian subcontinent. And we have we come from dominantly Muslim countries, majority of us. But unfortunately, we are told that we should forgive our Muslims and brothers, but unfortunately, it's the opposite. In order to please the white man, we say very kind words to the white man. Why? Because we all want to fit in. We all want to fit in. But when it comes to our fellow Egyptian brother, or fellow Moroccan brother, or fellow Bengali, or fellow Pakistani brother, we don't want to spend time saying good words to them. We're not lenient with them. But when it comes to the non-Muslims, yes, this is my new home now. I should try to fit in now. These are my brothers now. I should say kind words with them now. But it is the opposite that it should be. Be merciful towards your brothers. To your brothers in Islam. Forgive them for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will forgive you. Let me narrate you a story. And this is narrated by Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As radiallahu ta'ala anhu. For those that don't know, Abdullah ibn Amr, he's one of the most pious Sahaba there was. The hadith that was narrated that you cannot fast every single day, but if one wants to do that, he should rather fast every other day. It was because of Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So this man, Abdullah ibn Amr, was sitting with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the masjid. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, the next man who walks through the door is from the people of Jannah. And a man walks in. The next day, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said again, the man who walks through the door is from the people of Jannah. And the same man walks in again. And the third day, Abdullah ibn Amr sitting in the masjid with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And he said, the man who walks in is from the people of Jannah. And same way, the same man walked in. So Abdullah ibn Amr, being the pious man that he is, he told himself, I have to find out what ibadah, what worship does this man do that makes him from the people of Jannah. So he goes to his house, and it was the Arab tradition where you don't turn away a guest for 3 days. And he says, I have so-and-so problem, let me stay at your house. And that man agreed. So Abdullah ibn Amr stayed in his house and very closely watched the man. But to the astonishment of Abdullah ibn Amr, he saw that this man, he does not do anything special. He prays 5 times a day like everybody else does. He fasts like everybody else does. He does adhkar like everybody else does. He reads Quran like everybody else does. He's polite in his manner like everybody else is. There's nothing extraordinary or something special about this man. So on the third day, Abdullah ibn Amr tells him the truth that I am here at your house because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said that you are from the people of Jannah. But wallahi, I did not see anything in your actions that could make you special or different from the rest of us. So please tell me, what do you do that's different? So that man replied that there's nothing that I do different like that. Nothing that I do much different. But there is one thing. And what is that thing? He says that every single day before I go to sleep, every single day that I go to bed, before I fall asleep, I forgive every single Muslim brother that have harmed me or wronged me throughout the day. By words, physically, verbally, every single thing that they did me wrong, I forgive them for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then I go to sleep. And Abdullah ibn Amr said, this is the reason why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam declared that you are from the people of Jannah. And this hadith that I have read, it is narrated by Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As radiallahu ta'ala anhu. The Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Ilhamu turhamu, waqbiru yaghfirullahu lakum. That show mercy and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will show mercy to you. We often wonder, why is my life so difficult? Why is nothing going my way? Why is this thing hard, that thing hard? But when it comes to others, we don't want to sacrifice anything. We don't stop ourselves from making other people's lives hard. We don't want to forgive people for stuff they have done wrong to you. And then we wonder why you are putting in difficult situations again and again and again. Forgiving others is the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One who truly remembers Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his actions, in his interactions, is one who will be able to forgive. And I said this ayah many times in this minbar. What happens to one who moves away from the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا. And that is why, brothers and sisters, is why your life becomes harder and harder. And one of these is forgiving others. And how do you forgive others? Remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Think about the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every time you are put in a position where you have the option to either forgive this person for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or take your revenge, avenge yourself. When you're put in that position, Allah, it is a test by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that are you going to get your own sins forgiven or no? Unfortunately, because of arrogance, because of not having humbleness, because of pride, wallahi, pride is a very big devil in our society. You know, we often have arguments all the time about which is the correct way of aqidah, where is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala located, is he on top, on the bottom, to the east, to the west, what is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made of? We have arguments about what should be our opinion of Yazid ibn Muawiyah. We have all these arguments, right? But when it comes to showing true aqidah, true belief, true iman in your actions, everybody's zero. In debates and arguments, everybody's up there. Everybody's a speaker, everybody's a sheikh. But when it comes to showing it in your actions, in your interactions, in your conversations, in your relations with your brothers and society, that time we're not that religious anymore. These are for the bigger sheikhs to worry about. Me, I'm just a regular person. I'll do some tawbah when I hit 65. Do some umrah and hajj, spend some nights in the masjid, and call it a life, call it a day. Wallahi, for those that claim that you love Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you want to be amongst those that are the salaf, you want to follow the ways of the salaf, you have to show it in your actions. It's not just by the mouth. It's not just your beliefs, but rather that is a minor part. The major part is showing it in your actions. And let me give you an example of forgiving others by the stories of the Salaf. We know the Sahabi. Abu Dharr al-Ghifari radiallahu ta'ala anhu. For those that don't know, Abu Dharr al-Ghifari is one of the more proud Sahaba. And he is one of those that was more influential and had more dominance amongst the other people in the time of Rasulullah, the companions of the Prophet. So there was this incident after a war, and the Muslims won, and they collected the belongings of the enemy, like the camels or horses, weapons, whatever the case is. And they were starting to argue about how to distribute this wealth. And Abu Dharr al-Ghifari, he had an opinion, and he stated that opinion to the people. Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu, for those that don't know, he is he was an Abyssinian slave, Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu, a black Abyssinian slave. And Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu stood up and said, it should not be like this, but it should be rather so and so. In response, Abu Dharr al-Ghifari radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he said that, who are you to tell me, O son of a black slave or son of a black woman? Something along those lines. So Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu went and complained to who? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he called for Abu Dharr al-Ghifari and commanded that you have to ask for forgiveness from Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Ask for forgiveness from Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And in this story we can find two lessons: forgiving others and asking for forgiveness yourself. Asking for forgiveness yourself. Look at Abu Dharr al-Ghifari. This is how you should be like the Salaf. With the command of Rasulullah, he did not hesitate. If it was one of you or me, you know what would happen? We'd try to tell Rasulullah, but ya Rasulullah, you didn't hear my side of the story. Ya Rasulullah, but he did this and this. But ya Rasulullah, you're not being fair. Ya Rasulullah, but what about me? He wronged me too. Nothing. He went and he asked for forgiveness from Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And same way Bilal, at that moment, he had an upper hand to know, you hurt me, I need compensation, this and that. Instantly he forgave Abu Dharr al-Ghifari radiallahu ta'ala anhu. You know the Sahaba, they're not perfect. We have this misconception that the Sahaba are angelic, that they're like angels. They're humans. They have mistakes, they have arguments, they have quarrels, they have sins. And it's because that Rasulullah fixed their problems, fixed their mistakes. We have the Sunnah of Rasulullah. We have the jurisdiction of Islam. That's how we have the Sharia, the laws of Islam. Because of the mistakes the Sahaba did and Rasulullah corrected. So learning from this story, we have to learn to be like those earlier generations. Those generations that despite your status, you swallowed your pride and you ask for forgiveness. Despite your status, you swallow your pride and you forgive your brother. Going back to the ayah that I have said in the beginning, وَلْيَعْفُوا وَلْيَصْفَحُوا أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Why is it that if you forgive, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive you? Because forgiving something, as easy as it is on the mouth, on the tongue, to say that, oh, just forgive them. Internally, for those who have been put in that position, know how hard it is to forgive someone. Know how hard it is. And who are the people that can forgive? Those with the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those that are constantly in the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that not wait till tonight, not wait till tomorrow, not wait till the first night of Ramadan. This instant in your mind, this instant, get rid of all types of grudges and anger you have against any of your Muslim brothers or sisters, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you have wronged someone, if you feel like you have wronged someone, as soon as possible, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, go to them. Ask for forgiveness. If someone has wronged you, you forgive them. And that is how we achieve the happiness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's how we achieve the happiness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, one cannot be with another. There cannot be light where there is darkness. There cannot be arrogance where there's humbleness, and no humbleness where there's arrogance. Only a humble heart is enlightened and accepted in the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only a humble heart is accepted there. The rest, we know the destination is a very hard destination in this dunya and the akhirah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وبعد. قال الله تعالى إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. Dear brothers, inshallah, upcoming Ramadan, we'll try our utmost to be the best version of ourselves. We'll try our utmost to be good to one another, because this is a very important thing that will, it'll come back and bite you very hard. Because when you don't pray or you don't fast, when you don't read the Quran, that is between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You ask for forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He forgives you. But when you are not good to one another, when you harm each other, when you have arguments and quarrel with each other, when you ruin the rights of each other, that is not between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anymore. That is between you and Him. And then if He forgives you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said He'll forgive you. And if you do not ask for forgiveness, then on the day of judgment, that person can come back to you and ask for your good deeds. And wallahi, not one of us here can say confidently, I have enough good deeds to give away on Yawm al-Qiyamah. So, be good to one another. But not just for the month of Ramadan, the whole 12 months around in general. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the month easy for us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those that gets their sins forgiven in the month of Ramadan. Allahumma hadina fi man hadayt. Wa'afina fi man afayt. وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا واصرف عنا برحمتك شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك إنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت تبارك ربنا وتعاليت نستغفرك اللهم من جميع الذنوب خطايا ونتوب إليك اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم أهلك الكفرة والمشركين اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم إنك عفو